like you guys are flying on a carpet.
I think the first thing about self-care is to remember that self-care is really self-preservation. Because parents need to be able to take time for themselves and do those things that will help them so that they can be a parent next day and next week and the next month and next year. If parents can identify, I'm feeling a little bit stressed right now, or I'm feeling a little sad right now, or I'm even feeling a little angry right now. Those are all normal emotions that are going to come up for parents in the course of a day. So once a parent identifies what feeling they're having, then they can take some tiny steps to help them get regulated again. And that can be as easy as calling a friend. That can be as easy as just taking a break and breathing. There's a lot to breathing when you're a parent. It can be going into the kitchen, getting a drink of water, something that's a little different that's going to help you reset as a parent.
Some of my advice for parents is try and find out what works for you. What brings you happiness? What brings you joy? What are some of your hobbies? What are some of the things that you like to do with your children? Maybe it's as simple as taking 5 minutes and reading a fun book with your child. Maybe it's having a picnic with them, laying out a blanket and having just a different way of eating together. Maybe it's having a game that you play together. Maybe it's being able to find the places in your community that hold different community events. I've heard of some parents being able to go to a painting night once a week or once a month, and they are able to explore that new hobby or that newfound joy of painting.
Some tips that I have for parents and caregivers, whether it's a grandma or a grandpa, is maybe telling their kids, I need 10 minutes where you don't bug me, where you don't bug mom and dad. Maybe it's, reading a book. It could be going out for a treat, maybe eating ice cream, giving yourself that grace that maybe it was a hard day at work and you just need 5 minutes.
For my self-care, I write stories, I write music. I've got a garage that I tinker around with my Harley. I go on little dates with my wife. Another part of that self-care is maintaining and managing those things inside of your home. For instance, I come in from work, I've had a hard day, right? Me and my wife, we have this agreement. We don't talk about nothing important for that first 30 minutes, unless whatever that is has an expiration date. If it's gotta be decided then we say, hey, put a pin, we need to talk about this, and then we go back to our time or whatever we gotta figure out. But it's really important, it's really healthy on a marriage and a psyche to not overburden your place of peace the moment that you walk into it. And that is probably the strongest thing I can say as far as self-care goes.
I do think that there is that importance for you to be able to take the time for yourself, whether it be just to go to the gym, to take a walk by yourself, to be able to be okay to leave your child with someone that you trust and not feel guilty about doing that too.
There are different levels and different supports of helps that parents can find. And if you're finding that it's something that is prevalent, a challenge that you're having with your own mental health, and it's pervasive and it's seeping into other areas of your life, and it's happening again and again and again, then it is time to seek professional help. And that would mean reaching out to a counselor and someone who is trained and certified in working with mental health. If it's something that you feel like, okay, this has been a challenge in my life and I really want to talk to somebody about it, there's also community resources, faith-based resources, and sometimes it's a good friend or family member who can listen to you.
It's okay to ask for help. Even if you're a counselor, even if you're a pastor, because that's acknowledging that you don't have it all together. That is so powerful, because when you acknowledge that you don't have it all together, that's when you are open to receive the help that you need. Because I seek help in the areas that I need help, but I have other areas where I can help people. This is the one thing that has helped me to be resilient, to persevere, and to remain doing what I'm doing. Y te damos gracias, Señor. Amén y amén.
Production of this program was supported by a grant from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention through the Idaho Resilience Project. Additional funding has been provided by the Friends of Idaho Public Television Endowment.